Hello everyone, and welcome to my young and restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Tracy is joined in the GCAC by Jack and Diane, who make fun of her glow. She deserves to be pleased because she has waited a long time for it. They check out the ring and she remarks about how dazzling and wonderfully awkward the proposal was. Jack hopes Alan knows how lucky he is. His sister requests permission to use the business plane for their wedding in Paris. She can tell her brother isn't thrilled with this concept. Alan is described as a romantic by Tracy. The wedding of her fantasies is what he wants for her. It sounds rushed to Jack. They only want to look at places, according to his sister. Jack wants to discuss this with Alan. She informs them about the strange signals Alan has been getting after they are seated. His phone appears to have been compromised. Jack says he is still pleased for his sister. She says she gave Alan her heart. She has been able to be herself since he has always been himself. Her brother is only concerned that they may flee and marry someone else without them. She promises them there will be no eloping. Tracy hopes that he will accompany her to the wedding. It would be my honor, he tells her. They recall her numerous weddings and miss John. Jack wishes he was as attractive as his father. Tracy tells him that he has followed in his footsteps and that she would be just as proud of him. Diane hopes her son won't start sobbing because Jack loves to see him happy. They are joined by Kyle, who tells them about the kidnapping of Phyllis and Sharon. They're fine. Tracy's nephew admires her wedding ring, and she hopes they apprehend the monster that is responsible. I knew Alan was too smart to let you go, he says. Alan received weird warnings regarding a clinic, which Tracy shares with them. Since Phyllis and Sharon were being kept at a clinic, Kyle claims that this is an odd coincidence. Tracy questions whether Alan might be the target of the kidnappers. They return the conversation to the wedding and Ashley's feelings about it. Jack is confident that she will be overjoyed. Tracy gets a call from Alan. When she moves aside to take it, the family chat about how happy they are to see Tracy happy. When she gets back, she tells them that Alan is traveling alone since he purchased the final ticket to Paris. He's arranging a great surprise for when she gets there. Sharon gives Nick a scone and some Yorkshire tea as a surprise. He believes this to be a bribe to accompany her and Faith to Europe. He acknowledges he's tempted but needs to say no. She adds that he can work remotely and that they don't have to move right away. She needs this time with her children, Nick explains. She can persuade Mariah to accompany her. After being so strong for everyone, it's time for her to let the children be strong for her. Nick says he will monitor the situation till she returns. What if I need you to come so you can keep an eye on me? She asks. He believes she should use this time to recover. For her, having the entire family together would mean a lot. Nick wonders if she ever thinks about them. She questions why he is considering this at this time. He acknowledges that there are moments when he feels she hopes something would happen while they are together. Nick is just a dude, yet he senses it. Sharon confesses she's lonely sometimes, but she's also at the most hectic moment of her life. He has always supported her, and she misses their happy times together. She naturally considers their reconciliation. She inquires as to whether he has ever considered dating her once more. Of course I have, he acknowledges. He then reflects on their traumatic past and how he wronged her. She reminds him of their mutual forgiveness. He fears about ruining their wonderful friendship, which he considers a blessing. He will always be there for her and enjoys their current situation. Nick insists she needs to go to London to spend time with the kids. She is certain that his absence will disappoint them. Summer walks in and confesses that she's frightened about the way her mom has been acting. She seemed to have taken the incident quite hard. Phyllis is behaving strangely and disorganized. Nick doesn't find that surprising. Summer urges her father to check on her, saying she's reluctant to see a doctor. Nick assures Sharon he will think about accompanying her to London and then leaves with his daughter. Adam quarrels with his employees at the ranch over publishing a story about Billy's new business. Chelsea appears and accuses him of seeking retribution. She turns on some music, informs him he's off the clock, and takes away his phone. For the dinner he prepared for her the other night, she is giving him back. That was one of the nicest lunches she ever had. They became closer once he put himself out there. She is now prepared to return the favor. It's never too late for romance, she thinks as they sit at a table. They make assumptions about how long the old couple he saw has been together when he tells her about them. She questions whether they will find things out till they are 80 years old. It would be worthwhile, he says. Chelsea is quite content with their current situation. He is, too. Sometimes she still makes him feel like a child. She presents her homemade quiche. He says it's almost too gorgeous to eat and starts filling his face. They discover that Connor spends the entire night playing video games at the main house. They discuss how difficult things suddenly became while sipping wine. He assures her that there is no pressure when she confesses that she is anxious. They are working too hard because they both want to get things properly. They've already won, according to Adam. In love, you typically don't get a second chance. For dessert, she takes out a cake. It's to make up for the first cake she made for him. She feeds him a bite and he thinks it's the best. If you try again, sometimes you do get it right, she explains. She removes the frosting from his face after he tells her that she did a fantastic job at supper. They giggle over her messiness as he rubs some on her face. They discuss what transpired in Baltimore and the importance of following their gut. She questions whether they were mistaken to believe that. She wants to be authentic, not flawless. They share a kiss. They head to the bedroom and he asks if she's ready. They jump into bed because she's ready for joyful memories. They discuss breakfast after sex but choose to concentrate on the remainder of the evening. That gives the impression that you and Dumas have a past that I am unaware of, Michael says. Yes, Victor affirms, we do. Phyllis says, I can't let my kids see me like this. I have a thought. She says, I have a suggestion for how you can assist. Tracy responds, it's Alan. What about Alan? Jack wonders. The March 19th episode of The Young and the Restless is a masterclass in emotional storytelling, weaving together multiple storylines that explore love, family, trust, and the lingering effects of trauma. The episode opens with Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins joining Tracy Abbott at the GCAC, where they tease her about her radiant glow. Tracy, who has waited a long time for happiness, is basking in the joy of her engagement to Alan Laurent. She gushes about his dashing charm and the awkwardly romantic proposal, showing off her ring with pride. Jack, ever the protective older brother, hopes Alan realizes how lucky he is to have Tracy. However, his enthusiasm wanes when Tracy reveals their plans to marry in Paris and requests the use of the Abbott family jet to scout wedding venues. Jack's hesitation is palpable as he worries about the rushed nature of their plans. Tracy, however, is swept up in the romance of it all, assuring Jack that Alan wants her to have the wedding of her dreams. Despite his concerns, Jack agrees to talk to Alan, though his unease lingers. As they sit down to chat, Tracy shares a troubling detail. Alan has been receiving strange messages, suggesting his phone may have been hacked. Jack reassures her that he's still happy for her, but the conversation takes a darker turn when Kyle Abbott arrives and updates them on Phyllis and Sharon's abduction. Kyle mentions that the women were held at a clinic, which Tracy connects to Alan's mysterious alerts. The coincidence raises red flags, and Tracy wonders if the kidnappers could be targeting Alan. Despite the unsettling revelation, the family shifts focus back to the wedding, discussing how Ashley will react to the news. Jack is confident she'll be thrilled, but the underlying tension remains. When Tracy receives a call from Alan, she steps aside, leaving the family to express their happiness for her. Upon her return, she explains that Alan has bought the last ticket to Paris and is preparing a big surprise for her arrival. The news leaves the family both excited and wary as Tracy's blissful engagement begins to show cracks. Meanwhile, at Crimson Lights, Sharon Newman surprises Nick Newman with a scone and some Yorkshire tea, hoping to persuade him to join her and their children, Faith and Noah, on a trip to Europe. Nick, however, declines, insisting that Sharon needs this time to bond with the kids and heal from her recent trauma. Their conversation takes a poignant turn as they reflect on their past relationship. Nick admits that he's sensed Sharon's lingering feelings for him, and Sharon, in turn, confesses that she has thought about them reuniting. Both acknowledge the pain of their history, but also the deep connection they share. Nick's fear of messing things up again is evident, but his promise to always be there for Sharon underscores the enduring bond between them. Their heartfelt exchange is interrupted by Summer Newman, who arrives with concerns about Phyllis's erratic behavior following her kidnapping ordeal. Nick rushes off to check on Phyllis, leaving Sharon disappointed but hopeful that he might reconsider joining her in Europe. At the ranch, Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson share a tender moment as Chelsea prepares a special dinner to thank Adam for his recent efforts to reconnect. Their conversation is filled with warmth and vulnerability as they discuss the challenges of rebuilding their relationship. Chelsea admits to feeling nervous, but Adam reassures her that they've already won by giving themselves a second chance. Their playful banter and shared laughter highlight the chemistry that has always defined their relationship. As the evening progresses, their connection deepens, culminating in a passionate kiss and a night of intimacy. The scene is a testament to their growth as individuals and as a couple, as they embrace the messiness of love and trust their instincts to guide them forward. Back at the GCAC, Tracy's storyline takes a dramatic turn as she begins to suspect that Alan may not be who he claims to be. Her growing unease is evident as she confides in Jack, tearfully admitting, "I am not sure he is who he says he is." The possibility that Alan could be Martin Laurent, a man with a dark and dangerous past, sends shockwaves through the Abbott family. Tracy's realization marks a turning point in the narrative as the once hopeful bride-to-be is forced to confront the harsh reality of her situation. Her fears about what Martin might do next add a sense of urgency to the storyline as the Abbott family rallies to protect her from the looming threat. Phyllis Summers' emotional struggles also take center stage as she grapples with the aftermath of her kidnapping. Billy Abbott steps up to support her, offering a listening ear and a shoulder to lean on as she navigates the overwhelming emotions that have left her feeling lost and vulnerable. Phyllis's admission that she can't let her children see her in such a fragile state underscores the depth of her pain as she searches for a way to regain her strength and sense of self. Billy's willingness to help raises questions about the nature of their relationship, especially as Sally Spectra watches from the sidelines, her jealousy simmering beneath the surface. The growing closeness between Billy and Phyllis adds another layer of complexity to the storyline as the characters navigate the blurred lines between friendship and romance. The episode also sets the stage for future developments as Victor Newman's cryptic hints about his history with Aristotle Dumas pique Michael Baldwin's curiosity. Victor's enigmatic expression suggests a past filled with betrayals and secrets, adding another layer of intrigue to the storyline. As Michael delves deeper into Victor's history, the potential for explosive revelations looms large, threatening to upend the delicate balance of power in Genoa City. The March 19th episode of The Young and the Restless is a testament to the show's ability to weave together multiple storylines, each with its own unique twists and turns, while maintaining a cohesive narrative that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. From Tracy's heartbreaking realization about Alan's true identity to Nick and Sharon's poignant conversation about their past and future, the episode is a masterclass in soap opera drama. As the residents of Genoa City navigate love, loss, and betrayal, one thing is certain, the drama is far from over, and the next chapter promises to be even more thrilling. Spoilers for Tuesday, March 18th episode of The Young and the Restless, YNR, hint that while charming Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, as Misgivings, Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, teaches Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer. It makes sense that Lily is suspicious of dubious Damian Kane, Jermaine Rivers. She is aware that he is a player, but he still shows interest in her. For instance, who is the true owner of the businesses he is managing? His boss, Aristotle Dumas. Expect Lily to be perplexed as she attempts to make sense of everything. Lily is just sulking over Damian. Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, Damian's partner, is still pursuing Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, in the meantime. Despite Audra's explicit boundaries, Holden might try to flirt with her and perhaps plant a kiss. Will she need to remind him that she is devoted to Sean Dominic's character, Nate Hastings? In another scene, Victor agitates Kyle and Claire Newman, played by Haley Aaron. We anticipate that Victor will hint at what lies ahead by suggesting that Claire would be better off without Kyle. Claire or Skyle? Which is your favorite? After all, from Victor's perspective, Skyle and Harrison Abbott, Redding Munsell, create a nice little family. Warning, Kyle, Claire, and Summer have an embarrassing encounter at Crimson Lights. Will Kyle be the target of these two divas baring their teeth? Fans of The Young and the Restless, perhaps. For additional spoilers on what to anticipate when spring arrives in GC and Kyle must decide what to do with Claire and Summer, keep returning here. Check in to see what's going on with YNR at the moment. Make us your favorite hotspot by returning frequently for news, updates, and spoilers for The Young and the Restless.